Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel McGoo.
All right. Mr. Gu, you are representing yourself. I do have to apprise you that you are before the court on charge of resisting and obstructing a police officer. That is a high court misdemeanor, or what technically is known as a high court misdemeanor, and or felony punishable by up to 2 years, $2,000 fine plus court costs. There are great perils in representing yourself in this. You have to understand that I am going to treat you the same as though you know the laws and the rules of evidence. I will not treat you worse because you are not represented. I will not treat you better or grant any favors or try to clarify anything for you. If for whatever reason during any point in this proceeding you wish to be represented by counsel and cannot afford to hire counsel, counsel will be appointed to represent you. As I have in the past hearings asked you to acknowledge what I've said, I'm going to only indicate that I believe that you understand English. You believe that the words that I have said to you are understood, so that we don't get into, you need to remove the gum from you.
Mr. McAir is back, and he is about to find out why he needs legal representation so badly. If this is your first video on my channel, this is part 2 of a video we did a little while ago. And Daniel MCU is an absolute idiot. He refuses to answer Judge Simpson's questions, and he's just a very smug, smart a-hole who thinks he's above everybody else. But as you can see, that was a rough start for Mr. Mio here, and honestly it's so weird saying that name because it's just a weird name. It was a bad start for Mr. Mio. I mean, he was literally chewing gum in a courtroom while he has no representation. You need legal representation. Guys, please do not do what Mr. Mio is doing here, but enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and dive right in to see what Mio and Judge Simpson get into today.
And so I will not ask you to acknowledge. I will presume that you do indeed understand everything that I've said. Now, having said that, what are we doing with this case?
I'd like to move for evidentiary hearing or prelim.
You wish to have a preliminary examination?
Preliminary examination, yes, sir.
Would the people have their witnesses available the second?
We can try, Your Honor, but before moving toward that, would the court be willing to make its inquiries about discovery? I am aware of the defendant having filed a writ of mandamus with the Court of Appeals of the state of Michigan.
Yes.
That was subsequently dismissed without prejudice by the Court of Appeals.
Correct.
Contained within that, though, there are allegations that my office has violated its Brady obligations and has not provided sufficient discovery. So I'm not sure if we're ready to move forward to preliminary exam. The defendant is saying that he doesn't have all of the discovery. That is the concern of the court. The record I feel compelled to make at this time, though, is that the people have provided, I do believe, complete discovery to the defendant, and I believe that some of the representations that were made in this writ of mandamus that has been dismissed appear to allege that things that have already been denied by this court should be produced. Furthermore, the defendant filed a motion with no notice of hearing attached to it. So there's an outstanding motion in this case as well, no hearing date scheduled. So I'm hoping to sort of reconcile both of those things as whether or not discovery is complete, the defendant is prepared to move forward, and if he ever has filed a notice of hearing to go along with the motion that I received in this case on 11/22.
Mr. McGoo, your response?
My response is that I thought this was the hearing that we were setting for the motion. So if I have to set a motion for a notice of hearing for that motion, I will do that today, Your Honor, promptly.
What about discovery?
I'm ready to move forward on my what I meant by my discovery comment was that there's still no exculpatory evidence as far as that I did anything wrong as far as anything that they've submitted. So if it was improper for the wording, Your Honor, I apologize, but my ultimate goal is have the prosecution present their evidence against me.
I'm going to indicate discovery is complete because I don't know what you're saying, because what you just said regarding discovery didn't make any sense. as it regards the motion, we will hear the motion or the motion will be heard on date of exam.
Thank you, Your
Deal
Honor.
with it at that point in time. So the people would have their witnesses available on the second.
We could try for the second, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, January 2nd, 2025. 12.
Yeah.
12 noon, that is before me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And continue.
This guy is a perfect example of why you need legal representation. Not only that, but he's extremely smug, and he somehow thinks he can outsmart the judge, which I honestly don't understand at all. I don't know why he thought that would be a good idea. If anyone has thoughts on why this guy is so crazy or irrational, let me know in the comments. Tell me, this dude comes off like a sovereign citizen. I've covered a few sovereign citizens on my channel, and they always seem to have that same smug, over-the-top, almost authoritarian tone toward the judge. They act like they're better than everyone else, and it's just complete insanity to me. This guy is in court for assaulting a police officer, and on top of that, he lost custody of his kid because of it. You don't just randomly lose custody, those are very serious allegations, and this is not something that should be taken lightly. But he's acting like this is just another day at the park, walking into court like, oh, I didn't do it, I didn't do this. Obviously, he desperately needs legal representation. Instead, he's doing the exact opposite and making the judge absolutely hate him. And honestly, I think everyone watching hates Mayor too. This just goes to show how important legal representation really is. You see this way too often. I don't know if it's just sovereign citizens who do this whole self-representation thing, but I've never seen anything good come out of it. It always seems like they're just hurting themselves in the end, and again, this guy lost custody of his kid, it just makes no sense. He either seems mentally unstable or completely irrational. I honestly don't even know how this guy had a kid or managed to take care of one, because he comes off as incredibly immature, but yeah, that's going to wrap up my take here. I'll be posting the other court hearing in January when that comes out, and I think that one is going to be very, very entertaining. I can't wait to watch it. This was another clip of Mayor. If